the story begins with a trash game. Everyone hated it because of its absurd difficulty. It was called the Tower of Trials. Korean players were excited when it first came out as they wanted to grind on it. But after 3 years, the people realized something. That the Tower of Trials was an unbeatable game. The Gate Guardian was practically invincible. The Arctic temperature was minus 60 degrees, which kills everyone within an hour. A labyrinth that exceeds 10,000 kilometers in size. Players often throw their gadgets due to how crazy the game is. After a while the game started to decline, but there were still pros who didn't give up on the game. A man is sweating while a notification alert told him he was the first person to clear floor 50 in the Tower of Trials. He wonders if this was for real. He had researched numerous ways to clear the tower and beat each level, devoting 11 years of his life. He wonders if he should have streamed himself clearing the level, or that if he could upload the video onto Nutuber. A letter appears in the air. The letter states that there will be a new update in 12 hours and that they hope for all the players to continue enjoying the game. He sits down, wondering why they would update a game that makes no money. He exits the game, thinking that he won't play the game even when it updates and that today was when he was going to quit his job as a streamer and Nutuber. Even though he had no family, he can't continue to live on $500 a month. He looks out the window, remembering when people told him to be a professional figure, but money was more important than fighting. The next morning, a live stream chat is opened, and he was laughing. The chat was excited, but he was sad because he was ending his stream forever. He tries to tell them, but decides to announce the news tomorrow. He drinks the whole day and felt like crap as he rests on the bed. His head hurts and is thinking about upload the Tower of Trials video. He turns on his computer and sees something. The Tower of Trials became reality. Streams are showing weird places. A man tells the camera that he found out that the place belongs to the game Tower of Trials. The chat could not believe it as the sky turns red. Jinhyuk couldn't believe that this was the sign of beginnings in the Tower of Trials. A notification pops up in front of him all of a sudden. It states that the Tower of Trials reboot first version has been completed. A message in the sky appeared, telling everyone to clear the next floor of the tower within 90 days. People all around sees the messages. His chair falls down as he is shocked to see this. He stands in shock, as the message says that everyone will perish. Another message appears, saying that the people had accepted the reality. Jinhyuk thinks to cool off his head. He grabs his jacket, thinking that if the Tower of Trials has become real, he cannot be wasting time at home. He runs to go to a place in order to get a certain item, believing that the world might end. But despite that, his heart was beating excitedly. At the central city, various people are shouting and arguing, wondering how to escape from Korea to other countries and finding out that the Tower of Trials had appeared in other countries as well. He ignores them and continues rushing. He stares down, thinking that now is not the time to retreat but to charge in. This place was selected as an external zone, which was the closest to him. He enters the strip mall, which was an event zone. Seeing that everyone here was once a player in the beginning of the Tower of Trials, a man calls out to Jinhyuk. The man was another streamer, Lee Jong-soo, an extremely popular streamer. Jinhyuk asks him if it was one of his scheduled streams. Jong-soo points out, saying that things have changed. What does streaming even do for him? He nudges Jinhyuk, asking what floor he cleared in the game and that they should share secrets as former co-workers. Jinhyuk thought silently, knowing that Jong-soo's streaming company tricked streamers into a slave contract. The more they stream, the more they lose. The streamers couldn't voice out the mistreatment because of the company's powerful lawyers, causing Jinhyuk's closest friend in the industry to leave. Jong-soo tells Jinhyuk that he knows that he's a great gamer and does mukbang streams pretty well. He tells him that he will rewrite the contract with better conditions this time. But the world had changed. Jinhyuk headbutts him in anger. Jong-soo covers his face to stop the pain and bleeding. while Jinhyuk felt great doing it. He turns away, thinking that the item was about to come out. The fountain's water erupts. A tree is seen emerging. A beautiful tree appears from the fountain. The people were amazed to see the mangrove. Jinhyuk was happy his memory was right. Upon looking closer, people realized there were fruits on the tree. Eating the fruits would help people increase their strength, agility, health, and magic stats. He looks at the others, as there were only 4 fruits available. Competition was fierce as everyone rushed to take the fruits. The people are pushing and hitting one another to get the fruit. Jang-soo blames Jinhyuk for not working with him and that now, they won't be able to have any fruits. Jinhyuk smiles, saying now is not the right time. Many people are seen climbing the tree, and one of them manages to take a fruit. He takes a bite of the fruit, which gave him a +3 increase in agility. People who barely played the game would just take the fruit. But Jinhyuk was different. He enjoys the process before taking the fruit, which was the sadistic and perverted process that follows. A tree branch soon became a whip, smashing the ground, making everyone scared as they forgot that the tree becomes dangerous once all the fruits are eaten. They soon panicked and started running away, while Jinhyuk just stood there. Jang-soo attempts to run away as well, but Jinhyuk stops him, asking if he is giving up. Jang-soo tells him that he is running away as he doesn't want to die, but Jinhyuk tells him that the real prize can only be obtained once you eat all the fruit. Jang-soo asks if he was serious, and Jinhyuk replied that he was. Jang-soo thinks that about it. He smiles, thinking it was a good opportunity. Jinhyuk tells him that they needed to dive in. He points to the tree, saying that if they went in one by one, they would be dead. They needed to charge from opposite sides. Jang-soo asks if he needs to distract it and Jinhyuk says yes. They both prepared themselves, knowing that if one of them hesitates, they would both die. Jinhyuk tells him that the time was now to rush in. The tree moves fiercely, its branches moving towards them at high speed. Jang-soo betrays Jinhyuk by letting him rush in alone. But Jinhyuk smiles because he was glad. He dodges the attack of the tree, causing the tree branch to rush towards Jang-soo. Jang-soo is alarmed as he is soon covered by the tree branches. More tree branches catches him. While Jinhyuk continues to move in, Jang-soo shouts out for help. Jinhyuk turns to him, saying, "Why should I?" Fear took over Jang-soo as he starts to cry and say he doesn't want to die. The tree crushes him to death. Jinhyuk says goodbye piece of shit, as he thinks of what to do next. The tree attacks him, but Jinhyuk analyzes the degrees of attacks. He makes dodging seem easy. More tree whips comes out of the tree trunk itself, revealing the core of the mangrove tree. Jinhyuk smiles as it was the same as what he had experienced in the game. He stares at the tray, telling it to hand over its tree orb. The tree reacts violently and uses the skill vampiric vines to attack Jinhyuk. He knows that he can't dodge all those attacks but had a plan. He uses the branch to block one of the vines. As the vines smash the grounds behind him, he managed to deflect the attacks, which is doable. The vines seem to combine itself together, creating a giant wooden-like spear. Jinhyuk reminds himself not to fear it as he continues to deflect its attacks. As he continues to deflect the vines into the ground around him, he smiles as this was something he had done many times before.